minute time limit. He deserved those extra.
One of my other top priorities is working on a bipartisan basis to lower costs for families. Under President-elect Trump's policies, do you believe that prices for families will go up or down?
I believe that inflation will be much closer to the Federal Reserve's target of 2%. And I believe that what we have seen over the past few years is that the bottom two income quintiles have a very different basket of goods and services. So there are two ways. We can either lower cost or we can get real wages up. I would hope that we would be able to do both.
So you believe that President Trump's policies will further increase wages and lower inflation?
I believe that they will increase real wages and lower inflation closer to the Federal Reserve's 2% target as it did during President Trump's first administration.
Are there any specific policies proposed by the president-elect that you expect will increase prices for families?
There's nothing I can immediately think of.
Can you give us your perspective on the impact that would occur in this country if we allowed this $4 trillion tax increase to happen?
And this is the single most important economic issue of the day. This is pass-fail. That if we do not fix these tax cuts, if we do not renew and extend, then we will be facing an economic calamity. And as always, with financial instability, that falls on the middle and working class people. We will see a gigantic middle class tax increase. We will see the child tax credit halved. We will see the deductions halved. So it will be what we call in economics, it has the potential for a sudden stop. Yes, we do not have a revenue problem in the United States of America. We have a spending problem. That historically, for the past 40 or 50 years, revenues, federal government revenues, have averaged about 17 to 17.5% of GDP. And I am concerned because several times the Treasury of the United States has been called upon to save the nation, whether it was the Civil War, the Great Depression, World War II, or the recent COVID epidemic. Treasury, along with full government and Congress, has used its borrowing capacity to save the Union, to save the world, and to save the American people. And what we currently have now, we would be hard-pressed to do same. First of all, I would say in my adult life that the tragedy going on in Ukraine is one of the greatest tragedies of my adult life. And ending that as soon as possible, and any role that Treasury can play in that, if confirmed, I would like to do. As we discussed, I believe that the sanctions were not fulsome enough. I believe that I believe that the previous administration was worried about raising U.S. energy prices during an election season. I think low-level sanctions to mid-level, that if any officials in the Russian Federation are watching this confirmation hearing, they should know that if I'm confirmed and if President Trump requests, and as part of his strategy to end the Ukraine war, that I will be 100% on board for taking sanctions up, especially on the Russian oil majors, to levels that would bring the Russian Federation to the table.